I got a puppy. Come here. Oh, he pissed. I swear having a puppy is just having another baby around. All right, so now that you guys have seen Oscar and he respectfully pissed on my floor, let's get into today's discussion on this beautiful Wednesday or Thursday when I get this up. I don't know, we'll see. Beginner lifters, or you want to get in the gym and you're scared to, or something's making you not go. So I'm just going to talk about my personal experience with getting started lifting, go over some tips that I have, and just overall some advice I have for beginning lifters, whether you're young or you're just a college kid or heck, a middle-aged person just trying to get into the gym. Now, I want to make it very clear. I am in no way an expert in any of this. I'm not Jeff Nippard. I'm not Greg. I'm not an expert. I'm just an 18-year-old kid that goes to the gym. So take that with a grain of salt. So I've been consistently lifting for about a year and a half now. I would have those stretches where I'd go maybe 4 or 5 times a month and I would say, oh yeah, I go to the gym, but I think we all know that that isn't considered lifting. I would have these long breaks where I just wouldn't be motivated, or I just wouldn't end up going to the gym. One of my buddies, he went off to college, and when he came back one day, he said, hey, let's go to the Planet Fitness in town for a little lift. And I was a little hesitant at first, nerve-wracking because I hadn't been to an actual gym in so long. Now at that time I had what you would call the skinny fat build. So you have your skinny as hell, your arms are skinny, your legs are just twigs, but you got a gut on you. So that's what I had. That was my body type. So we go to the gym. I don't know what split we did. We might have just done wow, I've just done a full body because we didn't know what we were doing really at that time. But we went there for a couple hours and we got Panda Express afterwards, thinking that was, good nutritional value. We go there and I had fun. I just enjoyed it. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head if my form was great or I did enough sets or if I did too many, but I told him, we were in the car eating our Panda, said, hey, this is the start of something. And a year and a half later, I'm still consistently lifting. So I guess it was the start of something. And then every day he had a black card, so you could do their spa or whatever, their massage chairs, and you can bring someone in for free. So of course I'm asking him, pretty much every day, hey, can you take me with? Can we go to Planet Fitness? Can we go lift? So I just became consistent. We went, every day, 5 days straight, whatever. We eventually found our groove. Okay, we found our splits, our routine, what we were gonna do. He went back off to college, and then I kind of just was able to figure out my own thing, and I was comfortable from then on out. So that's kind of my experience with being a new lifter and getting into the swing of things and being more comfortable. So now just some tips and advice that I have for new lifters and people that want to go to the gym and start lifting. My first big thing I have is, obviously with my story, I had someone to go with me. I believe at that time he was going to the gym, a few months before I really started going. So I think having someone to start, at least, to go with you and kind of, push each other, help each other along the way, just to kind of get you started. I think that really does help. Eventually, once you do get more comfortable, you don't need someone to go with you. I feel having someone there is really beneficial to pushing you to your limits and having a spotter, so you can get your partials in, or, it's usually a fun time. Then I think realizing everyone you see in the gym, they could be an absolute behemoth of a human being. They can be 6'5", 270 pounds of just pure muscle. Well, guess what? That dude was a beginner too at some point. He had to start somewhere. It's going to take X amount of years to get to where he is and maybe some supplements. But you got to realize that everyone was a beginner at some point. They were at the stage that you are in right now. They were afraid to go to the gym. They didn't know what they were doing. They were doing sloppy form on machines and workouts. So try not to be intimidated by the people you see around you. And I mean, if they go out of their way to intimidate you, like, okay, see you and then just flex right in front of your face, okay, whatever, that's one thing. But don't be intimidated by the people around you. Understand that everyone is a beginner. You're not born to be a natural bodybuilder right there. It takes time. Nobody's perfect right off the bat. Next big thing that I think is very important when you're just starting lifting, make sure your form is good, especially when you're just starting out. Once you are in the gym for a couple months, a year, then maybe you can start, just, I don't want to say throwing the weight around, but you can get into heavier weights. And once you have your form figured out and you can actually feel, okay, I can feel the muscle contracting, I can feel that stretch, I feel like that is a very important first step that will lead you to getting better weight, heavier weight, better lifts. And you don't want to be within your first month of lifting and do something stupid and hurt yourself, and then you won't even be able to lift at all. I strongly recommend you don't just go there and just pick up the heaviest weight you can and then just start throwing it around, not knowing what you're doing, because you are just a beginner lifter. Okay, Sam, he throws some heavy ass weight around, but that's because he's an absolute freak of nature and he's been doing this for how many years? Okay, you're a beginner lifter. This is your third time in the gym. You can't just go in and start, curling 75 pounds. Maybe go to the 15s or 20s and just make sure you get that good squeeze in. Or if you can't do those, go to the 10s, go to the 5s. I don't care. Make sure you're hitting the muscle right and doing good form. Now, I know some people are going to be shitting on me. Oh, you're science-based. You're a pussy, whatever. I prefer a little bit of both. I think I do like to throw some heavy weight around, but at the same time, I do think it is important to get a good stretch. If you're doing, back, you want to get a good stretch for your lats, or if you're, biceps, get a good squeeze. So I do think that it is important to have good form and actually work the muscle and not just destroy your joints. But at the same time, I do enjoy putting some heavy weight up. Now, if you are a smaller person, if you're a more slim person and you just want to put on muscle, you just want to put on weight, just start eating. Don't go crazy. You don't need to have 10,000 calories a day, which I used to do that. Why? Don't know. Start eating a little more so you can put on some extra weight. Now it might be, you might not like that at first, but having those extra calories will allow you to hit your correct macros and will allow you to build more muscle. Now, if you're on the heavier side of things, I would say do a little bit of a calorie deficit. At least you don't need to track everything. That helps a lot. But I would say just watch what you eat and keep going to the gym consistently. And as long as you're working hard, you will lose that weight. It's not going to come easy. Nothing ever comes easy. It's going to take some time, but eventually you will lose that weight. Those are some of the greatest stories I've ever seen. People losing, hundreds of pounds, working their ass off every day and staying disciplined. My buddy I was talking about before, he's lost nearly 100 pounds in a year. Extremely proud of him. He's worked hard, he's been disciplined, and he's been on top of his shit. Those are the greatest stories that you'll ever hear. Then I think having a realistic goal is important. I think with social media influencing millions of people in today's world, have a realistic goal set and try not to get caught up in these fantasy thing, just a good goal to start for a beginner lifter would just, okay, go 4 times a week, 5 times a week. Okay, you do that, good. Or heck, it might just be, let's go to the gym today. Maybe don't even go don't even think about it as a weekly thing. Think about it as a daily thing. That's something that really helps new people in the gym, that will allow them to keep going, is consistency. I think keep going, you keep going, it'll eventually turn to something that, oh, you know, to make yourself go to the gym. Eventually it's, okay, I need to go to the gym. My day's basically ruined if I don't go to the gym. Okay, maybe not that extreme, but eventually it should just become a habit. I believe that if you truly are dedicated and motivated to doing something, it should become natural to do it and want to do it. You shouldn't have to be forcing yourself to do it. If you truly do enjoy doing something, you dedicate time to it, it should just become natural to want to do it. And last but certainly not least, it's to blast insane amounts of trend. Just kidding, YouTube. Don't ban me. I don't promote the use of steroids. So yeah, that's just some advice, some tips I would give a new lifter that is afraid of going to the gym, second guessing going to the gym, thinks it's a scary place. I don't think the gym is a scary place at all. It's full of a bunch of people that are trying to improve themselves, make themselves happy. Maybe they're just going insane. It's just people lifting up iron or rubber weights. The gym is not a scary place. Everyone has to start somewhere. Everyone was in the same shoes that you were in. So that's all I got for today. I'm really enjoying making this kind of stuff. I usually, I guess I should start doing that YouTuber stuff. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys think of these videos. Give me some recommendations, what you guys want me to discuss, to talk about in the next ones. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.